Yeah, he took a shit and a piss, or he took a piss.
Great way to start the stream.
Yeah, it's a great way to start the stream.
So, hey, it changes it up from the Joe Rogan type start, though.
3, 2, 1, 0. You ever done DMT?
No, not yet. Why? Do you know a guy?
No, I feel really bad. Like for some of the guests he's had on recently, they're just not getting any fucking views. Like comparatively speaking to like Joe Rogan's usual shit.
Yeah. Well, he had
And
that whole falling out with some of the podcast companies.
Well,
So,
yeah, with the Spotify contract and all that shit. But like, no, I'm saying on YouTube. But like, it's. I mean, people went nuts for the Tim Dillon Alex Jones episode, which would have been a lot better if Joe wouldn't have been as big of a fucking restrained pussy. And
yeah.
like, we're gonna fact check everything you fucking say, Alex. It's like,
Yep.
dude, just
Well,
let
he's
Tim and
trying to
Alex.
be PC now. He wants all that money.
No, he's got the money. Like,
I know,
that's
but
not
he
an
wants
issue.
more money. This is
I don't
America,
think it's
Mike.
that. I just think he's so fucking like, yeah. Anyway, it's not my monkeys, not my circus.
That's fair.
So,
Not my pig, not my farm.
Yep.
But and Joe Morgan's in here. I have to thank him for these. So as you know, my laundry was stolen. So he talked to Matthias at CN Arsenal and told him about my laundry being stolen and tried to buy me new shirts. And Matthias is like, oh no, we'll just send him a bunch for free.
So I'm literally sitting here on a stream with a fucking goddamn charity case.
Pretty much, yeah.
Really?
So I got a bunch of CN Arsenal shirts for free because people stole a bunch of them. So, which is awesome. Well, my laundry was stolen because in my building the laundry room is locked. It's 2 doors, one to either side of the building, and this tunnel in the basement goes to both sides of the building, and they're locked because only people that live there are supposed to get there. But they only give one key to the laundry room per apartment. So sometimes people have more than one person living with them, and they will leave the door propped open so they can go get their mail and crap or something like that. And then one lady let her boyfriend slash baby daddy in under the guise of he wanted to see his kid. Turns out he was asking her for money to buy meth. And then when she wouldn't give him money to buy meth, he saw the laundry room was open, went in and stole all my laundry and went to sell it for meth. And somebody reported that looked weird, a guy carrying just armfuls of wet laundry out to his car. So when I put the notes up and the building management asked if anyone knew anything, the person who saw it called and said, yeah, that he came out of this apartment. This is who let him in. And they got a hold of her and she told them who it was. And the cops found him. And
hashtag city crap. Life. You know what I'm saying,
That's right.
man? Like, it's great, right?
It's not bad. I mean, to be fair, a lot of stuff had to add up for this to happen. And it was just
but it fucking happened. Who the fuck? That situation literally would never fucking happen where I'm at. Never. Yeah. Never. It's impossible.
Well, yeah.
Unless somebody has a fucking death wish. What?
You also have your own laundry machines.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in the fucking city.
Only the single bedrooms don't have laundry machines in my building, so everyone else does. So there's like 8 people that use the laundry room.
I don't know. I whatever.
Yeah, it was a real shitty thing. And
oh yeah, yeah.
A lot of stuff had to add up in order for that to actually happen. And they basically told people to quit fucking propping the doors. They put security cameras up now because of this. And they're
that'll stop
finding people and evicting people left and right for breaking rules now that they have everything on camera.
I'm sure it's going to be great, and your life is going to be just fantastic.
I don't plan on living here after my lease is up anymore.
Good.
That's for sure. Moving out of the city. I want to live within 10 miles of the city, so I could still.
Yeah,
get
no,
to
I'm
work
not saying
really
move
easy,
out into
but
the middle of bumfuck nowhere, but just like
yeah,
living
I want to
in
get
there
out of the city.
stacked on top of other fucking people that you don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not fucking good. It's not healthy. It's just
No,
shitty.
it's not good, and you're right. It is not healthy. This place is dirty, and a lot of the people that live here are dirty. And yeah, I'm sure I'm 4 blocks from the edge of the city. I'm literally 4 blocks from city limits.
Yeah.
But I just want to get out of this place.
Yeah, you should get a house. Just get right on that. Like just shit, like squat and shit
Yeah, just
a ton of
shit
money.
$200,000 for a house somewhere.
A credit check, a fucking background check, a DNA
Yeah,
test.
you don't just
firstborn.
get a house. It's not something
Yeah.
you just decide to do one day. There's a whole
No.
process.
But hey, I mean, it's easy for somebody to say, just get a house. Just fucking get a house.
That's fair.
Jesus, Proust.
It's on the to get list, and honestly, I've been looking because houses around here are fairly cheap for a decent house. But everything's on the market for 8 hours and it's sold.
Yep.
That's just how good the market is right now. I can't find anything because if I need a day to get something ready, house is gone.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like the opposite. Like everybody in the city is always like, oh, people that don't live in the city, they're just not cultured there. I could never envision myself living outside of the city. And like, it's the exact fucking opposite now. Everybody's trying to get the fuck out of the cities.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's affordable. Yeah, I could do that. Like, yes, let's just do it.
Yeah, but I'd like to live not in a city, but not in the country. Like ideally, I'd like to live just outside the edge of a city or right on the edge of a city. I still get peace and fucking quiet, but I'm still close enough to everything.
Nah, no such animal unless you're out this far. You want to live in the burbs, is what you're saying.
No, I want to live like 5 miles from a city, 10 miles from a city. That's pretty good.
Yeah, the burbs.
Huh?
The burbs. That's
My
literally
city
the
doesn't really
burbs.
have suburbs. It just kind of ends and turns into cornfields.
No, where you live doesn't have fucking suburbs. Like
no, but I'm not. Yeah, I don't want to live in suburbs. I want to live within like 5 miles of a city, and that's like suburbs included. Like wherever the like houses end, 5 miles from that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I want to be. So wherever the houses end, 5 miles from that.
I'm gonna do my pitch for. So yeah, the reason the title is as such. Now that you all are here, 36 of you. There was 120 last night, which was awesome.
I even wore the American shirt for this.
You
yeah, nobody speaks Latin. Nobody knows what that means, even.
As one we stand, or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's like as one united we stand, or some shit.
But yeah, that was even simpler than that. Like out of something one.
Yeah, but it's something to that effect. But
yeah.
So this stream and some subsequent streams, like I talked about last night, I've got my eyes on a 1911. I know, but it's to make a shit fucking ton of videos that I haven't been able to make, i.e., classic FUD lore.
And to be fair, it is the 1911.
No. So the one I'm looking at is it's a World War I dated 1911. It's in good shape, and that's the only kind that I'm gonna buy is an actual surplus one that went through 2 world wars. I just kind of want the history of both wars if I'm gonna actually spend money to get a 1911. Yeah. So here's the cool thing: you don't have to become a patron, any of that shit. You can do super chats, and those actually contribute to me being able to get a 1911 and make more classic FUD lore, even though I said I wasn't going to do that, videos and other related videos.
You got to get a fundraised handgun too, like I did. I bought that Ruby for $75, which was a stretch. Asking the Patreons and like the people in super chat for $75 was a lot of work.
Yeah, for you. But this isn't a fucking Ruby. This is we're looking at, like, even if I lose this one, anything that I'm looking at in this price range is at least $1,000, $2,000 tops.
Yeah, people like their 1911s for some reason,
and I just want one because it's going to fill a major gap in the collection, and I can actually make fucking videos on it, pertinent and relevant to the topic, I guess, my brand.
That's right. And you need one for your World War I impression anyways.
No, I carry a 1917 for that.
Yeah, but wouldn't a 1911 be cool too?
Nope, wouldn't be accurate.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be cool too?
No, it fucking would be cool!
Fine. Yeah, nobody likes the 1911. I get it.
No, I actually use a 1916 holster, a mounted holster that's made for the 1911 with the 1917 because I've actually seen 2 original pictures of guys in the 32nd Division having 1917s. They tuck the flap underneath behind it.
Yeah.
And they have the fucking 1917 sitting in there at the lanyard. It's a fucking quick draw.
That's awesome.
Like it's fucking quick. And so I see why they did that, but it's also very exposed.
Yeah, so you could jump too high or fall wrong and your gun just
No. It's just a matter of getting dirt and shit in it. It's secure. It's not falling out. It's got a lot of friction, but it's like it's very because the 1911 went down in there and it's a slide. Like there's no fucking it's not a cylinder. It's not exposed.
Yeah, there's not a lot of open ingress points for shit.
Right, and then but anyway, that's with my World War I impression. That's the holster that I have for the 1917 is the 1916 mounted holster. It's got the swivel on it.
That sounds fucking awesome. I love that.
But yeah, I've literally got photographic evidence.
That sounds fucking cool. I want to see somebody like do that. The practicality of like this is how they actually carried it and stuff, and seeing how awesome that.
Well, dude, I did it in the videos, like the Don't Do It Again Soldier, like the black and white, the silent film. Dude, the only reason I was able to like just pull the fucking pistol out and shoot Mark in the face was because I had that holster. It was like, bam, and then I was able to reholster it immediately.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's like so now I understand totally why those guys fucking did that and carried it that way.
I like cool shit like that historically. Little nerd facts. I love specific tiny little things like that. A lot.
Yeah, and that was something that was just like looking at photos, I'm like, what the fuck holster is he? No.
Yeah.
Really?
No. Yeah.
How the fuck? So.
If you can get it and it works, why not? Right?
But, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I got to take that ruby in to get the firing pin straightened on it.
So like that Turk Mauser I bought from that auction where it was all fucking bent?
Well, the thing about it is when you shoot it, the firing pin gets stuck forward. And on a simple blowback gun, that just turns it into an automatic handgun.
Oh, if it gets stuck forward, yeah.
Yeah, the firing pin gets stuck forward.
Yes.
So you go to shoot it, and it blows through all 9 rounds. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, that's not very safe. So, yeah, I have to go get... Because they're made out of soft, shitty Spanish steel, So, I got to try to take it in somewhere and get the firing pin straightened on it. The spring and everything's all good. I've taken it apart, but I don't have the tools to, like, do that to where it will slide in that very tight spot for the firing pin. I don't want to take it apart 10,000 times and possibly mar it up doing that, So I just want to take it somewhere to do that. But it seems like everywhere is pretty booked full. Nobody will return my calls or whatnot. So
yeah.
Eventually it won't take too much. It'll probably take 10 minutes for an actual gunsmith to fix. But yeah, I did just shave, like literally 20 minutes before the stream. I shaved, so yeah, the Star 1912. That's my favorite 1911.
Yep.
But
it's great. I'm having a fundraiser fucking stream and like everybody's just chatting like, oh fuck, get a 1911. Even though everybody before this was like, why don't you have a 1911? Oh!
Because they're terrible.
It's fucking beautiful.
But if you have the ability to get one, you're getting the right one. Like a World War I 1911 is the only
right.
like really feasible 1911. So
Right.
that and it's in pretty good shape, you say. So that's all right. That's acceptable for me. At least you're not out getting one of those like Remington stainless steel special 1911s that they
No,
make
and it's
nowadays.
like I have shot 1911s before, and it's just they're fucking big.
Mm-hmm.
They work. I mean, they're a fucking handgun that works, of course.
Yeah.
They're big. They're very difficult to take apart and put back together
Complicated as fuck. Yeah.
compared to other platforms. My God, like
Yeah. Thing's a goddamn space laser as
yeah,
far as complicatedness
it
goes.
should not be that fucking difficult to field strip a fucking handgun.
Yeah. I was
So,
surprised this Ruby has 5 parts in it.
right, and then the Makarov's got 3.
Yeah, there's nothing in that gun that it's got even the springs are all contained, so they don't just fly out of the gun or anything.
Shit! Wow, we got a super chat.
Look at that.
Oh my God, but it's a fucking. What is the favorite firearm you have in your collection right now? I don't have one. Like,
You
all right,
gotta give. You gotta
tomorrow
be
I'm
more
definitely gonna release
specific.
that
That's
video on how
giving
to.
like 25% of an equation and going solve this.
I made a fucking video on how to ask a question properly. I said I was gonna release it today, and I didn't. I'm gonna do it tomorrow because I'm like, it's so.
Yeah. You didn't do
What is your
anything
favorite?
wrong, Steve, but you gotta
What
be
is
more
the
specific.
best? What is
Yeah.
this? Like, whatever. Which brand? It's a fucking Colt. It's a
He's
literal
getting
Colt
a Colt
1911.
1911, not the A1, just the 1911.
Well, actually, all A1s were the ones used in World War One with the beaver tail. If you find an actual 1911, they're not going to be in my price range.
I was like, I thought the difference was like, yeah, the beaver tail and the palm swell. I thought the World War One ones didn't have the palm swell.
Oh, they no. Basically, every 1911 after 1914 or 15 was an A1. They had the beaver
Okay,
tail.
that would make sense.
Yep. So no, it's gonna the one I'm gonna get is gonna be an actual Colt model 1911 A1. Jesus Christ! Hold on.
I was like, I thought they were later than World War One too. I thought during World War One they were all the non beaver tail, no palm swell, and then after that they came out with the palm swell and the beaver tail, and that's what made them the A1s.
Hold on. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to look at a goddamn blog post.
Yeah, the Winchester 1911 shotgun. That's what he's getting.
Okay, you're correct. Yeah,
So it says
1911
here
A1.
the difference between the
Yeah.
model 1911 and the 1911 A1 is the 1911 has a longer trigger. So the distance between the front of the trigger guard and the face of the trigger is shorter in the 1911. It's
1926.
longer in the A1. All right. There's
Yep.
a relief cut on
Yep.
in the frame behind the trigger to allow easier for your more comfortable for your finger to reach into the trigger guard on the A1. The 1911 has a flat spring housing. The A1 has an arched spring housing, which is why it has that palm swell, and the A1 has a longer hammer and a longer spur. So,
Okay, so the one I'm bidding on is a 1911 then.
yeah, so it's got no palm swell, short hammer, no spur, no relief cut, longer trigger. So, and it says the 1911 model being settled upon in 1924 and entered production in the following year. So,
yeah,
that sounds about right. That sounds like what I read about the 1911.
yeah, it is what it is. That's how much I know.
Well, you're $5 in there. Well, to be fair, it's a terrible handgun. So,
well, it was good at the time, and then
yeah, it should have been replaced long before it. was, for as long as it served. It should have probably been replaced after World War One.
I'm still gonna bitch about how much I'm gonna have to pay for this fucking thing. Like, cause it's
Well, yeah, it's an American fucking handgun. What is it with American guns that are so fucking off the chart
it's all the fucking
expensive?
people that are like, my dad carried this.
Yeah,
I
I
never
know
had
it's
the
because
balls to
Americans
do it.
jizz in their pants when they see their own shit,
Right.
but like, come on
Yeah.
now. Like, tone it the fuck down, people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even like a World War One 1903 is like $1,000 now for a decent condition one.
Yeah.
So it's like, holy fuck. So
M9s.
I don't like the M9. I think the M9 is kind of terrible.
It's okay. It works. It's a
Yeah.
handgun. I'm proficient with it. I don't know if I would have gone with that as the choice of handgun.
Well, I don't like how the slide has that huge relief cut on them. I know that's Beretta's thing because it lets too much crap in. It's too large for my hand. I do have really small hands, though, so that's just me.
Yep.
I don't like the fact that it has a slide mounted safety because it's too easy in too many holsters for the safety to just kick on and off while you're pulling it in and out of a holster because of that.
Yeah, but to be fair, like it's got about 6 other fucking steps of safety before
it does have a lot of other crap to do,
So.
yeah, on it. But I still don't like that because what happens if you're pulling your gun out of your holster and you need it? Safety clicks on, you go to pull the trigger and the safety's on. Then you're just dead.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. Is like, yeah, it's.
And I hear about that all the time with the Beretta. They pull it out of the holster and the safety fucking clicks on. When you need it, then your gun is on safe.
Right.
So
here we go with all the, this is what I carry, mine's the best, and this thing sucks. I don't like that shit. Like,
no, the 25 ACP is the best carry gun ever because nobody
Right.
thinks it's a real gun, and you could put it wherever the hell you want comfortably.
Yeah, I'll put it in my tit, underneath my left tit.
Yeah, you could put it in your bra if you want to. And here's the thing:
I can even put it. I can even put it below Fold 3A over here.
See?
So.
And yeah, I like 32 ACP because it's the guns that shoot it are all cheap and reliable because there's no locking force on them. They're super simple, and the guns that shoot them are fairly cheap too. So you could bang them into shit, and I don't worry about breaking it or damaging the gun or ruining it or anything because they're cheap. So.
Do you want me to like entice you into spending money that you don't have or budgeted for?
No, not really. I don't need that right now.
Remember that CZ50 we shot?
Yeah.
Yep. So if I could get you one for $214, would you do that?
200 I could probably do that.
Okay. All right. All right.
And I got all the paperwork, so I can actually like see an arsenal.
That's what I mean. Like, but if I could, yeah.
Okay. $215 I can budget for.
Okay.
So yeah, 25 ACP is the way to go. Throw it in your pocket of your flannel button up. Just nobody even knows it's there. When somebody comes along, you just give them a couple bips, and they're done.
It seems that when I'm on a stream with you, it's not gonna go as well as just doing solo shit.
I'm sorry.
Everybody's like, this motherfucker will talk for free. But no, I do want to buy that 1911, and
well, I hope you get it because I want to shoot it.
You ever actually shot a 1911, like a real one?
I've shot not a military one, no, not any version of a military 1911.
The civilian
only
one.
the shitty like aftermarket souped up ones.
Oh no, an actual military one, like, yeah, they're not bad, but they're also like, you go, okay, this is an American handgun for one.
Yeah,
like it's the 45. It's got some snap.
Yeah.
2, you're like, it's been a lot of really good platforms ever since this fucker was introduced.
Yeah. Yeah.
Running high power.
It makes you appreciate everything that came after it really well. So, but no, I've shot a lot of the I shot my neighbor's like Remington $1,200 like solid stainless speed 1911. That thing's barely a 1911 anymore, to be fair. And I shot what is it? All the weird like the Kunan 1911s and the Kimber. I've shot a few different Kimber 1911s.
It's funny because Kimber's. Never mind. I won't go on that fucking rant.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed with the Kimber for what the guy said he paid for it. I took it apart and like looked at it, and I was like, "You paid how much for this?"
Yeah, it's a fucking cult, and their brand loyalty is definitely something fierce with
their brand loyalty is great for people
FUD
that are
boomers
50 and older.
And they get younger guys that are influenced by these guys, and
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but the one I shot wasn't even in 45. The one Kimber I shot was in 10 millimeter.
That's a good caliber.
Yeah, and I genuinely liked that a lot more than the 45 one that I shot, but it was still
it's got a little bit less snap, but it's got some fucking punch to it.
got some move to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the 10 millimeter. I think 10 millimeter is. If I had to pick like top 5 like semi-automatic handgun rounds,
Yeah,
that would definitely be in there.
that's up there. I hear really good things. I hear it's in the competitive shooter market, 10 millimeter is fantastic because it's like one of the smallest rounds you need for only single hit in a lot of competitions.
Well, here's the thing: is like if you're doing 3-gun per se,
Yeah,
and you're doing heavy metal,
yeah,
your minimum requirement for a rifle is 7.62 millimeter, which is 308. They
yeah,
consider it a 308 Winchester, basically the 7.65 one.
yeah.
Your handgun minimum caliber is 45,
Okay,
and 10 millimeter is 40, obviously. So like,
yeah,
it's 45, and then you got to use a 12 gauge pump action shotgun.
all right,
So,
fair.
but I mean, with 40, it's like how do I put this? If I were to say there were 3 good semi-automatic handgun rounds, okay, and the contenders were 9 millimeter, 9x19,
Okay,
40 Smith and Wesson, 10 millimeter, and 45. 40 Smith and Wesson would be out, gone.
okay, fair, fair.
That's what I'll say. Like,
Yeah, I really like shooting that 10 millimeter, and then I shot one weird one from a company I've never heard of. It was a 1911. It was in 357 Sig,
yeah,
and that one was kind of weird. I didn't like that one.
it's like, well, just get a Tokarev at that point.
Well, it's a 45 ACP. They just necked down to 38.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
well, what's the point? It's just a 9 millimeter with more powder behind it.
Again, fire a fucking Tokarev.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, well, get a Tokarev.
Yep.
That's another thing I got to get too is a Tokarev.
Yep. Definitely. Like, yeah, when you were here last time, you shot the Tokarev, and you were like, I mean, that's a beast.
It is a good gun. Yeah.
That's a fucking beast. Like the cartridge.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a reason why the Russians used it for forever, and
it's
why
fucking
everyone
heinously
else
loud.
used it for forever.
Yeah, it's heinously loud. It's accurate, and it's very effective.
And I love how it's like a full frame handgun, but it's so fucking narrow.
Yep,
So
exactly.
like my hand fits in it, even though it's big, but I got tiny hands. So like it's big, but my hand fits in it because it's so narrow.
I'm really tempted, but I can't fucking do it because of the stream. But like, yep, one's sitting right here. Actually, 2 are sitting right there.
So
And,
I love that it's so narrow because that's the problem I had with the M9 and a lot of 45s and everything is they're so fat. I can't. My hands don't get a good purchase on, so I have to readjust all the time.
Thanks, Davius L. Yeah, last night I was talking about the chick. What the hell is her name? Something.
Oh, that sold the bathwater.
Yeah, she the OnlyFans chick. But
yeah.
I said I haven't taken a bath in fucking years, but I should sell bathwater an ounce.
You should just put it up in your store as like a gag, and then when somebody buys it, actually send them a tube of bathwater.
Right. It's all gray and festering, like there's bacteria growing on the top of it when they get it.
just have it be like gray brown, and it's been
Dude, and
sitting
it's
on
like
a shelf for so long, it's like settled at the bottom. There's like
right,
hair and
right.
skin in it.
Some weird, fucked up, depraved piece of shit is like, well, I've got some milk here that's about to expire. I'm gonna try to make cheese, and it's like the best goddamn cheese in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it turns out to be like you don't need to rent it or anything. You just need my essence of bathwater, the gray bathwater, and it becomes like the most critically acclaimed. Like a fucking ounce of this cheese is $300,000, and
Yeah.
I was the catalyst to bring that
Yep.
to the
Or
market.
that. Yeah. Or somebody's gonna try to clone you so they could
Yeah,
kill you and steal your identity. Yeah.
right.
Something weird like that.
Sell the goo for
Yeah.
my surgery drain.
Yuck.
Oh my god, why the fuck haven't I been saving this? Like I totally could have.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm so
Well,
dumb.
how much would that be worth? Like, what would people pay for what amount of surgery
Well,
goo?
I don't know. It's technically illegal because it's medical waste to send it. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah, you can't even send that through the mail. You'd have to
oh
tell
fuck
them it's
no.
like whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, it's so incredibly fucked. Like,
yeah. It's like when I send helmets and stuff to those countries where technically people can't like own them, and you just say it's a decorative bowl, and the post office is like, yeah, checks out.
right.
They send it anyways. So, oh, that's
It's an
great.
older code, sir, but it checks out.
Yeah, God, I love that. I
Right.
can't tell you how many times I've sent helmets to countries like where it shouldn't go, and I just say it's a decorative bowl, and the post office is like, "Yep, looks right." So
Now they also won't fine you because you're not a business. So,
pretty much, it's their problem now. I tell them that too up front. I'm like, if this thing gets lost or confiscated, it's on you. I'm not refunding it. So
yep. No, that's why I don't ship to Europe. The EU, like, they have ridiculous return policies, first of all, and second is like if I don't comply with some of their shit, like the cookies thing on my website, I can be fined up to a certain percentage of my annual fucking gross
what?
income.
That doesn't
Oh
even make
yeah.
sense.
Oh dude, check it out. GDPR. It's fucking amazing.
I could understand, like having to pay like a fee for them having to open it and be like, they can't have this and sending it back, but like fining you a percentage.
Because I don't have shit on my website, yeah. So it's like fucking Christ. And the return policy is ridiculous. They have 1 year to decide they don't like it and send it
Decide they
back.
don't want it. That's
And
enough
all
time
the
to
shipping
use
costs,
something
all
into
the shipping costs
oblivion and send it back.
yeah, all the shipping costs is on me at that point, and it's like, nope, not going to sit there and lose money because some asshole decides to exploit
Decided,
the
yeah.
system.
I don't blame you.
So
I don't blame you. I sent a bunch of stuff to Australia, and he just got it today, and he really liked it. So
no. Here's the thing: is I actually shipped to Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Brazil.
China.
Actually, no,
Oh, come on now.
nope. The UK, I'll ship to now because they're not part of the EU
They're
anymore.
not part of the EU anymore. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll ship to the UK and Canada. That's the only places I ship to internationally because I haven't been fucked over by them. Canada, I had a guy try years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to fuck me over. He bought like 15 Italian helmets. And I was like, cool, like it's a payday for me, but like, okay. And he claimed that they were all fake. And I'm like, or not as described and all that shit. And I'm like, no, I got you dead to rights. The
Yeah.
pictures and all that shit, the size. And he
The
tried to
actual
fuck me
listing on
over.
the website. Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to fuck me over, but actually didn't win.
Well, that's just him being a dick. That's not
But
really
that was
Canada,
it. That was the only asshole. Now, the shit like from Indonesia and the Philippines, dude, I got fucked hard. They opened a claim after their shit was delivered. They opened a claim with their bank, and the fucking money got refunded. And there was like whatever I said didn't matter. And I was
Yeah,
like,
they just
"Fuck."
do it first and ask questions later.
Oh yeah, fuck that. I'm like, I lost several $100s when it actually mattered,
Yeah.
and it was like, nope. Like we're talking $800-900
Well,
combined.
you better go tell Duterte on him. He'll throw him out of a helicopter.
Well, no, most of it was Indonesia. I think I lost $120 out of the Philippines.
Okay. Yeah, Duterte will
And dude,
throw a guy out of a
Dude, I
helicopter
get a lot of
for
requests, and I
$120.
would love to ship to the Philippines. I get scammed so
Way
fucking
too much.
much.
Yeah.
dude. It's
Iceland.
like,
How about Iceland? Are they part of the EU?
no, I don't think Iceland's part of the EU. Are they?
I feel like they might be. Because isn't Greenland part of the EU by proxy as well because of Denmark?
Well, they're a territory though. They're not like an actual. Are they a protectorate or a territory?
I think they're actually owned by Denmark. Like,
Well, they are, but like, we own Puerto Rico, right?
no, they're independent.
Hmm.
We're just
Okay.
protectorate.
On
Yeah.
paper, you're correct.
Yeah.
You're correct.
But like, I
Yeah,
guess
okay.
technically, yeah, in a way, we do kind of own Puerto Rico because they
Yeah.
don't
So my
pay taxes,
answer is
but they
I
don't
don't
need a
fucking know.
passport.
I don't fucking know if Iceland and Greenland are part of the EU.
Well,
I
Iceland's
don't
its own
think they are.
thing, but I think in some ways maybe I'm thinking they're part of the European like freelance market trade agreement thing. Maybe that's what I mean. Yeah, Greenland is definitely owned by Denmark.
Yeah,
There's
I
like
know.
certain stipulations they have to do though in order to maintain that, but they're like physically owned by Denmark.
Yeah.
So I know that because Donald Trump wanted to buy Greenland from Denmark, and Denmark was like, "Go fuck yourself." And then Trump was like fired back. It was great. It was funny. He fired back with, "Well, it'd be a shame if somebody bought some land and built a Trump Tower there now, wouldn't it?"
Yeah.
So,
I was just reading why I always read Iceland is heavily integrated into the European Union via the
yeah, the
European Economic.
European Economic Area. That's what I
Yeah,
was thinking of.
yeah.
I was like, I wasn't sure if it was actually part of the EU or just part of the
No, and
economic
that's what I
area.
thought. Like it's the influences there, and rightfully so. It's like, what the fuck else does Iceland have? Like,
Yeah, but there's also like 50 people in Iceland. So like, come on now.
right? No, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Iceland's pretty from what I hear. I don't
That's
like volcanoes or the ocean though,
why they
so
named it Iceland and Greenland. Greenland is because Greenland sucks.
yeah,
Iceland is good.
that's
They have
fair.
volcanoes.
But yeah, I don't like the ocean or volcanoes because volcanoes are self-explanatory and the ocean smells like shit. So
All right, I'm gonna get this out of the fucking way because I'm tired of people asking this in regular video comments. Bloke on the range, he's not doing anything wrong. He annoys the living fuck out of me. I don't enjoy his content.
I like him because he's a nerd and he likes the tiny things like I do.
Very cringy, but
Yeah. I like
okay.
how he's like, oh, you see this super tiny little part? Well, he'll talk for 20 minutes about this one screw. And I'm like, I like that. I like little nerd stuff like that. The posh Brit. He is pretty posh.
Yeah, no, I don't like British like people like that. I just don't. I never have. I never fucking probably will.
I do like his French and German cousin that look very suspiciously like him he brings on the channel, though, every now and then.
I wouldn't hate Iceland if I knew the price and was into guns. Like, you guys are a fucking island and you don't like guns. Like, I'd imagine they're extremely expensive.
I thought Iceland did like guns. Like, there's a lot of new gun owners in Iceland, but they have weird rules about it.
Yeah, they have fucking yeah.
So, but I thought Iceland was actually one of the better countries to own a gun in. Basically, all they said was like they don't import a ton of shit, so there's not a lot of guns there, and stuff is expensive. But I thought one of their only things was you just have to go take a gun safety class to buy a gun, and you could buy whatever you want.
I don't know.
So,
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember watching or reading something on it, and there's like among the younger generations, like people mine and your age, Mike, people are buying a lot of guns in Iceland, and it's like becoming a new hobby for them, or something like that.
I hope.
Yeah, one of the highest gun ownerships per capita,
But
and it's like
also, like,
very easy to get a gun.
again, they're still an island fucking nation. Like, if people are say in Ukraine somebody's got 100,000 Mosin Nagants, right? We'll just use this as like an example.
Yeah,
Where are they going to fucking send them?
America.
Right, the U.S. and Canada, where they're actually going to make their money. They're going to get paid, and they're going to sell, and like they can keep selling them.
Yeah, it's a
Iceland, they're going to be like,
guaranteed sell. No matter how many, if they find 1,000,000 of them 2 weeks after they sell that 100,000, it's still a guaranteed sell shipping them to America.
exactly, and like so Iceland, they're going to be like, well, shit, it's a pain in the ass to fucking figure out the logistics. It's a very small deal. So yeah, we'll charge you $500 per rifle and all that shit. If you guys want them, sure, yes, we want them. Plus the ammo and all that. That's just how the world works. And Iceland, I don't blame them. I've talked to a few Icelandic people over the years, and half of them are basically anti fucking gun. They're like, I don't know why you need a gun, and half of them are like, I love guns. I wish I could get more.
Yeah, and
they're like any other fucking,
Yeah, a lot of people in Iceland don't buy guns to hunt. They buy them as a hobby to like shoot as a hobby.
Right. And so I'm
like, that's cool. That's really cool.
But again, like what I just said is their import costs and the availability is going to drive the fucking cost up.
It's a limited market, and everything's a fucking pain to get there. So.
Right. It's like, we divert 20,000 of these rifles to Iceland, but we have to pay all this shit and shipping and the fucking fees and customs and all that shit.
And they're going to sit for a while because there's not that many people there. And
right. So it's like, I get why it sucks that it's expensive in a country like Iceland. And all that stuff. But like, yeah, I still think, I don't know. I think everybody in the world should be able to own a fucking gun if they want to.
I don't know about you. I don't trust a country that doesn't have its own army.
You're trying to troll, but like, I mean,
because Iceland doesn't have a military. I think they have like a couple Coast Guard vessels, and that's about it.
As far as I understand, and I'm not claiming to know anything, Iceland has a bunch of like militia groups, like hardcore ones that could defend them if need be.
Yeah, but I'm fairly certain isn't Iceland under military protectorate of the United States, if I'm not mistaken.
But I thought the EU also protects them.
I'm not sure because they're not actually part of the EU, but I know the US had an Air Force base there for like the nuclear radar dishes and shit like that for a long time.
Yeah.
And in order for that to be a thing, they had to have protectorate status from the United States. That was a deal they worked out.
Yeah. But like realistically, I'm pretty sure, and the guys that are watching, they are in NATO.
Yeah, I know. There was military. 2 Icelandic guys sent to Afghanistan from the Icelandic Coast Guard. 2 of them. That's all that Iceland sent to Afghanistan was 2 guys. 2 in the whole country. That's what you guys fielded. 2.
I don't know. That's the way to be. Is like you don't have a fucking huge military.
Imagine if they got hit though, like those 2 guys. That'd be like 100% casualty rate. They'd have the worst casualty rate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought they only had like a Coast Guard or something like that. I'm not well versed in Iceland though. Yeah, Coast Guard.
Yep.
Yeah, Coast Guard bomb specialists. That's what I remember. I'm like, yeah, there was 2 Icelandic Coast Guard guys, and they were EOD guys. So.
Yeah, it's very interesting, but.
Interesting. They didn't even send as much as like. To be fair, the Germans, the French, and the Americans kind of did most of the work in Afghanistan.
The Brits.
They were there too, but they kind of did a lot more.
Dude, the Brits held Helmand. Like that was a fucking.
Yeah.
That was and the Danes as well. They're up there in the northern part.
Yeah.
So we're talking, U.S., Brits, Germans, Danes.
Everyone was there.
Yeah,
Polish were there,
Afghanistan
were there, Canadians were there.
Afghanistan was like
Swedes.
the actual. It's the modern day Korean War, basically.
Yeah, they're literally everyone under the sun was there. So
because in Iraq, I didn't see half the guys that I saw in Kuwait that were going to Afghanistan, as far as like NATO and all that
There's a lot of
shit.
guys there. Yeah,
I
Poland,
saw
Spain, everyone
in
was in
Iraq, I actually saw Brits, Romanians, Australians, Polish, Italians, and I may be missing a couple other ones, but that's it. Like
There's a lot. I
from
think I
all
saw
of
20
NATO.
different countries worth of people in
Right.
Afghanistan. So
Right, yeah. So it's like in Iraq, it was very different, as far as like the multinational presence. But
true. But there's saw a lot of weird, interesting camouflages I've never seen before. And a lot of 3-color desert for some reason. Everyone that didn't have a desert camouflage just got extra
3-color.
US BDUs. So
Yep.
yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like the Dutch copied the 3-color, and I mean, it's a very effective fucking desert pattern.
Yeah, it works great until you realize Afghanistan's not a desert.
Well, part of it is, but not the whole country.
20% of it's desert. Or
Right.
arid, I guess.
Yeah,
80% of it
arid.
falls under the woodland category.
It's like, well, 15% of the U.S. is semi-arid to arid.
That's fair, yeah. And we have
So,
multiple desert patterns, I guess. It makes sense, yeah.
right. But I get what you're saying, but yeah, it's like Iraq it's basically arid to semi-arid. Like it's basically that's it.
Well, it's when you say like war on terror, that's what everyone imagines. Rolling sand dunes and
Yep. Well,
yeah.
I mean, so yeah, here's the thing: is like where I was at in Baghdad, it wasn't sand dunes, and it was desert color. It was still tan, and there was sand.
But they're right on the river, right?
Oh yeah, and so there's tan and green, which is where like the German Wüstentarn,
where it's got the
fucking
dark
would have worked great.
on the sparse
I just never got a
tan,
chance to see it because none of the Germans were up in Iraq.
Yeah.
But no, it would have worked great. And then 3-color worked the best, of course. And then, well, actually, no, I'm sorry. Desert Marpat works the goddamn best.
Desert Marpat is super bright though, compared to a lot of other desert patterns.
No, when they wash their shit though.
Yeah.
When you wash it a few times and it fades, and those guys have got the sand in there.
Yeah.
Desert Marpat was the fucking most effective desert for Iraq.
Yeah.
It was the most effective desert camouflage pattern I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Yeah.
3-color was second. And there were no Canadians there, so I didn't get to see that.
You didn't get to see the arid Cadpat? Yeah.
No.
That's a lot of
what I'm
pink.
saying.
It's
like,
a lot of the Marpat. Yeah, it's that pink with the tiny little spots.
But yeah, the Marpat was fucking. That was great. 3-color was again faded. Was really good. And then honestly, chocolate chip faded.
Yeah, well, you see a lot of that in the Middle East. The chocolate chips are big over there.
Yeah, and it was actually pretty goddamn effective. Like you wash it a couple times, and it's like.
Yeah, and then it gets sun bleached a little bit, and it works pretty good.
Exactly.
Because they overprint all the U.S. uniforms most countries overprint their uniforms to fade.
Yep. Yeah, so those were the 3 patterns that I saw worked the best.
I think one of the coolest desert patterns I ever saw was the Bulgarians. So imagine like British DPM, like the woodland, the 4-color DPM. But imagine it in a 3-color desert color scheme.
Yeah.
That's what Bulgarian desert is. It's DPM, not 2-color, but it's 3-color DPM in the US 3-color desert colors.
Yeah, that's good shit. And then British DPM / Romanian, that worked well too. And then I can imagine the Bulgarian, if what you're saying is true. Yeah, that'll work great.
Yeah. And so I was like, that's pretty interesting.
And then in Kuwait, I saw literally fucking everybody in NATO.
Everybody under the sun.
Honest to God.
That's the largest base in the Middle East, isn't it?
Honest to God, the best goddamn fucking Kuwait. The best fucking desert actual like dunes pattern that I ever saw was the goddamn Swedish M90 desert.
Really?
Yeah, it was fucking phenomenal.
I think the best stuff
I'm
I've seen
like,
is that Russian solid pink. There's one color that's solid salmon light tan pink that they
yeah.
have for desert.
Weirdly enough, I didn't see any Russians when we were in Kuwait.
Yeah, but yeah, weird. Well,
Yeah,
I haven't seen any either, to be fair, but um you would see some of them every now and then doing advisory shit in Afghanistan, like
yeah,
just watching and observing. But in Syria, they have that solid salmon pink helmet covers, vests, pouches, t-shirts, boots, pants, jackets. They're all this solid pinkish tan,
right.
and it works amazingly well. So,
Yeah,
but then
pink
again, the
in the
Russians never
desert. Yeah,
over-engineer or overthink anything. So,
yeah, pink in the desert. People are like, it's pink. It's like, no,
well,
it's
that's what
definitely
color
the
the
way.
fucking sand is. It's pink.
No, it's the way the sun's light reflects off the sand.
Yeah,
And
well, it's pink. So,
yeah, it's weird. A lot of dead shit in there to make it pink.
well, I mean, yeah. I'm surprised nobody's caught like a Bible disease yet from breathing in sand during a sandstorm.
You don't know that.
I mean, fair. I don't know that, but it wouldn't surprise me if that actually happened. If somebody got a Bible disease from.
I don't know. I was sick every fucking day, minus probably about 3 weeks non-consecutively. I was sick with upper respiratory shit the whole fucking time I was there.
Well, yeah. Well, it's so dry, and then you get all that particulate in your lungs and stuff.
We also had a really nice big burn pit.
Oh
About
yeah, the
three
burn pits. Oh gosh.
Camp Victory's burn pit. Look that one up. That was a
Did you have
bitch.
the nice evaporation pools for all the human shit too?
No, they burned it.
Oh no, we had evaporation pits because burn pits were bad. So they have this big hole they dig, and all the human shit just flows in there and evaporates.
Yeah.
And then they just bury it over when they leave. So
Nice.
yeah, that's great smelling in 100-degree weather. The evaporation pits of oceans of human feces.
Mix that with diesel fuel, let it on fire in that same heat. It's even better. It
No,
gives a
I'm good.
spice
That
to
is a
it.
hard pass. I'll take just smelling human shit
It gives a
over smelling
spice to it.
human shit and burning diesel. So
It's good stuff.
ick. Fuck. I don't know why they would ever think that's a fucking good idea. But then again, it's America and they're not really full of good ideas.
The military too, and they're like, yeah, all of our best and brightest, they got the fuck out. They ETS'd, and you're left with us. So guess we're
Get
gonna
to
be making
burning
these
that shit.
gosh darn decisions.
Yeah, here's a T-post. Get out there. So,
Yep. So all
God,
right, well,
ick.
fucking A, it's been almost an hour.
Yeah, we made $10 so far. How close are we?
A long ways off.
Are we like 0.1%?
Yeah, 0.1.
There we go. We're raking it in. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
0.1% of the way to a 1911.
Yep, we'll see. All right, well, fucking A, thanks for watching, everybody. I guess this is also a test to get Devin back into the swing of things.
Yeah, for sure. I felt like I really effed this one up.
You effed it up. Oh my gosh, I can't fucking swear.
I effed it up, yeah. Well, I swear on mine, but they all get demonetized because you can't swear on live stream, apparently.
Yeah, you can. Oh fuck yeah. The
Really?
one from last night, I was dropping the cunt. I was dropping
All
everything.
mine get fucking demonetized. And I keep asking where, and they say extreme use of profane language. And I say like one swear word in there.
Jesus H cocksucking Christ.
I know, right? So maybe they're just playing favorites against me in that regard. I don't know.
Who knows? We'll have to do some investigating in the next couple of days.
That's right.
I can't tell you whether we're going to get to the bottom of it or not, but I'll tell you what. I live in a surf shack in Mexico, and I have maps.
And a silo full of tortillas and 1,000 gallons of potable water.
I have a silo, an emergency silo full of tortillas.
Yeah.
And when the Mexicans work for me, the word I use to them is cerveza. It doesn't matter if they drink or not. I say cerveza, they understand the meaning of it.
Gosh.
So, all
Just
right. Well, thanks for watching, you clowns.
Yes, take it easy, you guys.
We'll see you maybe possibly tomorrow and or Friday.
That's right.